Hey guys, it's the MetalBlade 5, and I apologize for making another one of these arguing against false accusations made about me videos. I had intended for the video arguing against how people say I don't show any proof to be the last of these kinds of videos, but then in the usual night of torment I remembered another lie that these people have spread about me, because the people saying I don't show any proof accuse me of lying when talking about my technical issues with Movie Maker, digging up my toxic deleted comments that I regretted making old James Gunn style, and with this issue are all relatively the same people. And I don't know why I forgot about this one before, as it's probably the biggest form of character assassination that they've directed towards me. That being, they spread lies about me saying that I filter comments, as in delete all the negative ones. Unfortunately, once again, I have to make this video without revealing the identities of these people, which I know makes these claims flimsy, but I swear on my life that what I say here is the truth. Due to the fact that previously when I've called out some of these people for harassing me, they react by attacking me and assassinating my character even further to intimidate others into not criticizing them. If you ask me, it's pretty hypocritical that whenever someone criticizes these people, they get attacked and abused, but they are allowed to do it scot-free. And whenever I defend myself, I get told I can't take criticism and that I'm a dick and get harassed. But when I, or anyone else, criticizes them, they're allowed to defend themselves perfectly fine, despite attacking every one of their critics. But regardless, I'll just get to the point of this video. Now, the claim that I filter comments isn't new to me. I've seen these claims made about me sparingly ever since I responded to Mario's Mental. But they have never been as successful at influencing people until the people in question started saying it about me, when they made an entire live stream for the sole purpose of assassinating my character out of spite. Whenever I see someone being rude in the comments section of my videos, whether that be through using insults, harassing people, acting patronizing towards others, and other kinds of toxic behavior, I delete their comment to prevent my channel from becoming a toxic environment. And it's not just those who are rude to me, there are plenty of comments I delete where the user is being rude towards others. For example, while this is a more extreme case, on my Ghost Rider Death Battle video, there was a user spamming hate comments on Haydox, and they even said, "I want him to die." And his many replies to other people in the comments often included the mention of Haydox getting killed. Being disgusted by this behavior and not wanting Haydox to see these comments if by the off chance he actually came across my video, I deleted them. Likewise, this same person posted on one of my later videos saying that I hate my American fans as a result of my response to Tokyo Mirage Sessions censorship. I have no idea where he got that impression from, but I deleted that comment for similar reasons. Furthermore, there was another instance slightly before that last one where in a video I briefly criticized the video that one of these individuals outside of the livestream group had made, and said individual reacted by harassing my viewers in the comments by sending replies of him having a go at them. So I deleted those replies, and later on, this person claimed that he was being respectful to me, only made one comment directed at me, and acted like he never made those replies to make himself look like the victim and me look like the bad guy. Also, apparently mocking someone, invading their privacy, insulting their intelligence, spreading lies about them, and acting patronizing towards them is being respectful. Of course, since I deleted the comments in these examples, I can't show them as evidence, as at the time I didn't think that I would need them for a video. I've mentioned this several times in the past, and I brought up those examples to give you an idea of what kind of comments I do actually delete, since these people have made out as if I was saying that I delete really minuscule comments like, "you're stupid." But like what I said in a section of the MetalBlade doesn't show anything video, these people decided to accuse me of lying without showing any proof, then said, and this is burned into my memory, that if you look at the frequency of comments on his videos, and then use that statement to say that I damage control, which is honestly pathetic coming from the people who use childish excuses like "it's just a joke" when offending people to avoid criticism, and then ironically saying this.
Oh joy, if it isn't my favorite argument, the whole "it's a joke, therefore it can't be criticized." Yeah, no, just because it's a joke doesn't excuse it from criticism, since there are factors that can make the joke not work, like poor delivery, poor execution, poor timing, or in this case, lack of research.
Many people legitimately believe this, even though it's a complete lie. First off, they never actually showed this frequency of comments, so I have no idea what comments they're talking about. I have no idea what videos they looked at to find this frequency, as the number of positive and negative comments would obviously differ between each video. And lastly, this is some sick, twisted logic they decided to come up with on the spot to assassinate my character, as there are two world-shattering flaws with this logic of the majority of comments on his videos are positive, so he must delete all the negative ones. Did it ever cross their minds that maybe the reason why most of the comments on a lot of my videos are positive is simply because most of the people that comment on my videos are the ones who enjoy them? I have no control over who exactly comments on my videos in the first place. And this is the case as, for example, if you look at my Smash Bros. Switch character video and look through the comments, you'll see that almost all of them are positive. And I've only deleted one comment on that video, which was someone attacking one of my viewers simply because he would ideally like to see Goku in Smash Bros. This even applies to videos where I don't delete a single comment, as in my anime videos, voice actor videos, and my most recent one on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Almost all of the combined comments are positive, and I haven't deleted any comments on those videos. Even videos I expect to get a lot of hate, like some of my responses, get a majority of positive comments, which surprises even me. It's just a somewhat natural thing that occurs, possibly as a result of my subscribers being the first people to see my videos, and some of them not getting that many views compared to others, which these scumbags have taken advantage of to make me look horrible. The second flaw with this logic is that I've seen the comment sections of some of these guys' videos. Granted, not a great number of them, so it's not the most valid study in the world, but they did the same for me, and I barely see any negative comments. Some of them, I've never found a single negative comment on any of their videos. It's just a sea of positivity and believing everything that comes out of their mouths. So by their own logic, they must also filter their comments. But of course, I don't delete comments just for being negative. There are cases where people are rude to me whilst being negative, and I delete them for being rude. But there are still plenty of comments from across all of my videos where people disagree with me or criticize me or point out a mistake, and I leave them be as they aren't being rude, even when I personally disagree with them. As for the actual option to hold all comments on a video for review, I've only done that once. There was a video where tons of people were being rude and spreading lies about me, in which the notifications were not informing me of these comments, so in order to keep an eye on them, I had to use this option. I didn't enjoy doing that, but it was the only solution I saw. And then there's the blocking people thing, which similarly, these kinds of people have also accused me of lying about with no proof. I've had allegations made about me saying that I block anyone who disagrees with me, which is complete and utter bollocks, as you've seen with the example comments I showed earlier. I only block people when they are continuously harassing either me or someone else, and even then, it's only temporary. I used to block people on Google Plus if they kept harassing me on videos outside of my channel, but upon learning that you can't go back and unblock them, I stopped doing that. And with the exception of the first few months of my channel, I have also rarely put people on the hidden comments list in the first place, as it's only in particular cases of this. But again, I said it, so it must be a lie. So once again, all these people have done is spread lies about me and assassinate my character using dumb, flawed logic. But as I've said before, they think explanations are the same thing as excuses, they think examples are the same thing as comparisons, they think anecdotes are opinions, they don't understand the past tense, they don't know that 5 is a bigger number than 1, they think that me obviously paraphrasing is instead me directly quoting people, even though I use a different tone of voice to signify me quoting someone, and biggest of all, they can't tell the difference between legitimate criticism/critiques and lies, manipulation, and bullying. They use all these false accusations to make people think that I can't take criticism, even though there are tons of cases in which I've taken negative feedback on board and improved. One of which being people criticizing me for using black backgrounds and still images all the time, both of which I improved upon shortly after switching my editing software to Shotcut. Essentially, you can see an example of how I can take criticism at the beginning of every video. But these people ignore that because it doesn't support their arguments. They do that a lot from what I've seen. Whenever I upload a video, I expect criticism. Even some of the most minor errors can bother me when I realize them, whether it be me making a mistake or a technical issue. But even then, these people greatly exaggerate some of the most minuscule mistakes I've made, like, he used one different word. Worst video ever. There's also the fact that I admit when I'm wrong. I'm not going to use the Kirby games are supposed to be easy excuse, as people made me realize that just because something's intentional doesn't mean it's good. I admit when I haven't worded something very well, so when I say my words are being manipulated, I really mean it. And I've made fun of myself plenty of times. Must resist reference! You know, that would be ridiculous if they did that, where you like, had two relatives that could get married and have kids and all that, like, say, cousins. I've also seen other people who do the same thing as me with comments, so I guess they can't take criticism either. I prefer not to make these kinds of videos or force random bits of me criticizing these people into other videos, but in the past, when I've tried to defend myself via comments, all these people do is continue to manipulate my words and harass me to the point that I can't take it anymore and have to delete my own comments to escape it. This way, I can at least prove my innocence to a degree in an environment where I won't get immediately abused for it. Also, when I brought up how on several occasions YouTube has glitched out and automatically removed comments, they accused me of using that as a cover for me deleting negative comments. They didn't have any proof. They just said that to assassinate my character. I'm not trying to play the sympathy card when I say this, especially as how these people say that I do everything with negative intentions. And recently, I received a comment accusing me of victimizing myself for just telling the truth about the personal impacts all of this has had on me for the past year and a half, which I also deleted because it was rude. Again, no evidence given, just assassination. But there's a story I need to tell. It's to give you a great idea as to why I hate these people for spreading lies about me, other than the obvious reason of them making people believe I'm someone I'm not, because this isn't the first time something like this has happened to me. I kinda hoped that I would never have to tell this story, but I don't really have much choice now. When I was in my second year at the senior section of my high school, as most of you will know it as, I was in line waiting to get some lunch, and I was behind these two girls. One of these girls turned around and stared at me like I was some kind of freak, so I naturally had an annoyed expression on my face. Then this girl turns around and accuses me of staring at her to the girl in front of her. That girl then accused me of having a crush on her, which obviously annoyed me, and then I touched her. Not in a sexual way, just a slight accidental nudge. So then, she turns around and talks to a boy in front of her and says that I punched her. So then, for the entire year, the whole of the upper year at the school thought that I beat up women. I was constantly bullied by these people for something I didn't do, and one day, as soon as my mum dropped me off and I left the car, two girls saw me and said, "That's the guy that punched Debbie." It got to the point that I didn't want to leave the house at all, and school was unbearable for me, as the thoughts of what everybody must think of me kept haunting me. Even after these people had graduated, I was still targeted by a few others who continued to make up other lies about me, and none of these people ever got in trouble for it, no matter how many times I told teachers about it. All that happened was that the boy from the beginning got told to back off, and one of the later ones got expelled for something different. What I've had to go through for the past year and a half has been essentially the same thing, but on a much larger scale, and instead of people thinking I beat women, they instead think I can't take criticism, despite them attacking me and anyone else just for criticizing them, take people's words out of context when they don't know what that actually means, take jokes too seriously, even though they do that, even when I reference other jokes they take them seriously, and believe that I'm a toxic person, in which I'm still harassed to this day about it by people spamming abusive comments at me and linking me to things like hate videos and images mocking me on DeviantArt. Honestly, I've never looked at these images, but I can tell that they're mocking me based on the title that appears in the link, as well as mocking me in channel trailers. Seeing all the disgusting things people say and think about me as a result of believing all these scumbags' lies gives me constant stress combined with all the trigger words from the harassment, and I've seen countless abusive comments made about me on their videos saying things like, "It's fitting because Metal Man is weak to his own weapon," calling me things like a fucker, an asshole, and a retard, and mocking me for things like my voice, my autism, and using British spellings because they're too foolish to know the difference between American and British English. Some people still wonder why I hate them. Everybody thinks I'm a horrible person because of the lies these scumbags have spread about me to boost their own selfish egos, whilst also abusing me, and I've seen them do the exact same thing to everyone else they target, like MatPat, Haydox, and so on. Again, I'm not trying to get sympathy, it's just that was an actual anecdote. But they'll still say that anyway, since I know that's how their minds work. As I have no character to lose at this point, since they turned me into the internet version of Piers Morgan, I don't want to let them get away and put someone else through this. That's why I do this. They couldn't be bothered to leave me alone, and instead chose to assassinate my character for their own ego, so why should I forget what they've done to others? But it's probably the last time you'll see me dedicate an entire video to something like this, unless they decide to do another stupid-ass livestream about me.